Has your dog been diagnosed with immune-mediated polyarthritis? Now, this autoimmune disease is really similar to rheumatoid arthritis in humans, and it's characterized by a reluctance to walk, lameness or altered gait, multiple painful swollen joints, and a reluctance to want to put weight on any of those joints. Now, conventional treatments are typically based around the use of steroids such as prednisone, along with possible antibiotics if that polyarthritis is actually secondary to any infection. But what about natural treatment options? Are there any available, and if so, how can they best be used to help your dog with polyarthritis? So stay tuned to learn more in today's short video. Hi there, Lyndall Pinchin, Canine Naturopath from Canine Vitality, and welcome to my channel, Happy Healthy Dogs, where it's my passion to help you, help your dog live a longer, healthier life naturally. I always appreciate you guys taking the time to watch the videos. If you're new to the channel and you feel like it, don't forget to subscribe and also click the little bell to receive a notification on upcoming videos. Now, it's really distressing to watch your dog in pain, and in the case of polyarthritis, having multiple painful swollen joints is even worse. Now, to understand the best way to approach this from a natural perspective, we really need to understand what is happening in your dog's body to cause this condition. Now, immune-mediated polyarthritis, or IMPA, as I mentioned earlier, is a disorder of the immune system, which leads to inflammation of the joints. Now, please understand that this is different to osteoarthritis, which is that wear and tear arthritis typically linked to older dogs. But in IMPA, the immune system wrongly starts to attack the tissues of the joints, and this can happen when the immune system is tricked into disease that's come from other parts of the body, like infections or gastrointestinal disease. So it's really important, of course, to make sure you get a correct diagnosis from your vet in regards to this. Now, while vet treatments like steroids might be needed in the acute stage of this, we know that relying on these long term can really wreak havoc with your dog's health long term. So that's where natural alternatives can be so beneficial, not only to support that initial medication of steroid, but also in the longer term to help rebalance the immune system, digestive systems, and reduce that inflammatory response. Now, there are really three things we want to consider when we're treating any autoimmune disease, but particularly with the polyarthritis. So firstly, healing your dog's gut. Now, did you know that your dog's immune system is really governed by the health of their gut? Well, if you've been following me for a while, you know I always talk about the importance of gut health because it really is important. What you feed your dog along with this, though, with any autoimmune disease is equally important. Now, commercial kibble, even supposedly high quality brands, will lead to inflammation in your dog's body. Now, this is due to their effect on the gut, and so it's really important to avoid all processed types of foods where possible and focus on fresh raw foods that are rich in nutrients and can actually naturally reduce inflammation. Now, oily fish, hemp seeds, small amounts of fruits and vegetables, and bone broths are all excellent foods to feed as part of a balanced raw diet and to help reduce that inflammatory response and support the immune system. Now, where possible, you want to try and source organic that are also free of chemicals that will further reduce the inflammation in the body. Now, what about healing gut issues such as leaky gut? Now, this is at the root of any autoimmune disease, so doing some type of gut supportive regime is really beneficial. Now, if you're not familiar with this or you're not sure what this might look like, please feel free to reach out for me to implement some help there. All my details are just below. But essentially, as part of that, we want to heal the gut using certain nutrients, also reduce chemical load coming from things like flea, tick, and worming products. Not only do these damage the gut, but they also cause immune imbalances. They're hard on the liver and kidneys and also damage the brain and nervous system. And you can learn more about my natural range of flea, tick, and worming products in the description below as well. So what about the next step after the gut, healing the gut? So we want to now start to work on balancing the immune system. Now, by working on the gut, we automatically do start that process, but there are some other tips to be aware of. Now, where possible, we want to avoid unnecessary vaccines, especially in a dog that has polyarthritis or any autoimmune disease. Now, vaccines can lead to an overexcitement of the immune system, which can potentially trigger off an autoimmune response or flare up an existing issue. But in addition, one of the biggest factors that cause problems for the immune system in autoimmune diseases is stress. Now, this is huge in terms of how it affects your dog's whole body, and stress can come from emotional, mental, or physical causes such as pain. Now, because stress is such a huge topic, I'm not going to go into it further here, but it's important to just understand that the impact of stress hormones such as cortisol and other associated stress hormones can lead to damage of body tissues and systems, which can take long periods of time to reverse. And this is certainly the case with your dog's immune system. Now, when high levels of cortisol take control of that immune system, the end result is increased levels of inflammation anywhere in the body or in a particular area. Now, part of treating polyarthritis for many dogs might be the addition of herbs and nutrients to help support the adrenal gland and other glands in this system, as well as your dog's nervous system. Now, finally, step 3, we want to reduce that inflammation. Now, there are specific nutrients we can give to help reduce inflammation, pain, and improve mobility. But of course, many of these will assist overall in inflammation anywhere in the body. Now, we talked about the importance of diet and certain foods that can increase or decrease inflammation. But we can also focus on adding in herbs and supplements to further reduce pain and inflammation, as well as increasing movement. Now, many of you have heard of non-steroidal anti-inflammatories. Now, these are drugs like Metacam, Cartrophin, Carprofen, etc. Now, did you know that there are natural supplements out there that work in the same way without those nasty side effects? So let's look at green lip mussel for a start. Now, non-steroidal anti-inflammatories work by blocking the production of prostaglandins, which increase inflammation in the body. And green lip mussels work in the same way. But unlike those drug varieties, green lip mussels prevent gut lining and liver damage through the production of certain enzymes, which are very protective of that lining. And they're also rich in fatty acids, which is how they help reduce the inflammation. Now, green lip mussels also protect your dog's joints as they contain good levels of chondroitin. Now, chondroitin strengthens the joint capsule, allowing it to hold more fluid or water, and this acts like a shock absorber to buffer the joint. So all around, green lip mussels are excellent for any arthritic joint, and these can be given as a fresh frozen treat or supplement in powder or tablet form. Now, dosage, it may be from anywhere from 200 to 2,000 milligrams a day, depending on your dog's weight. And if you're unsure of the specific dose needed for your dog, feel free to message me. Now, in addition to green lip mussel, omega-3 fish oils can also work in a similar way to those non-steroidal anti-inflammatories. Now, in terms of herbs, turmeric, boswellia, ginger, rose hips, cinnamon, alfalfa, and white willow are fantastic. I won't go into all the dosages there, but if you are looking for some herbal support for your dog with polyarthritis, feel free to reach out to me and I can help you with specific herbs and dosages. So while of course there are certainly other things you might need to consider with treating IMPA, the main things you want to focus on, as I said, is looking at gut healing and balancing out and supporting that immune system. And once you've got those two big things working well for you, going in there with some more specifics to reduce the inflammatory response, and remembering that those first two steps are going to do a lot of that as well, but we can boost that further by adding in those specific supplements. Well, guys, I hope that this short video helped you understand that a little bit more about polyarthritis. Now, those suggestions really apply for any autoimmune disease, with the exception of the last one, where there may be other herbs or nutrients specific to that particular type of autoimmune disease. But essentially, gut and immune balancing and healing is so imperative when it comes to treating any type of autoimmune disease. Now, if you've got a dog that's currently suffering from an autoimmune disease of any kind and you need some help, then feel free to reach out to me. I'd love to hear from you. Comment below, or you can email me or reach out to me. All my contact details are below, as I said before. Well guys, once again, if you enjoyed this video, thank you for watching. Give it a thumbs up, share if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe. And I'm looking forward to catching up with you in another video wherever you are in the world. So you guys have a lovely day. I will talk to you soon. Bye for now.